What up? It's me, Wall Street, back again, ready to talk some hoops with my favorite group of people. And today I want to talk about Patrick Williams, who was the 4th overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft, picked by the Chicago Bulls. And I kind of just want to talk about this because I don't understand what his role or his skill set is at this point, because I felt like coming into the league, people kind of thought that Patrick Williams was going to be this like lockdown defender who's getting a ton of rebounds and just, is going to be like, all NBA defensive team type of guy. And he has not been that. And I really don't know what he does well at this point. Like I've been watching a couple of the Bulls games and I don't know what he does well. I could not tell you. And this guy starts. He starts the games. And obviously the Bulls are not very good. But it's like I'm just looking at his career stats too. And like there's been basically like no improvement. Like he hasn't really gotten worse. He's gotten worse in terms of his shooting percentages. Like he probably his best year, like his second year in terms of shooting, was shooting, 53% from the field and 51% from three. Then the year after that, he upped his production in points. He was scoring 9 points per game in 2021 to 22, and then went up to 10.2 points per game, but his percentages went down a little bit. Not anything significant, was still shooting like 41 or 42% from three, 46% from the field. And then last year, went down to 44% from the field, 40% from three. And, he's a reliable three-point shooter. Like, don't get me wrong, but I just like, is he just a stretch four that's just shooting threes and playing some defense? Like, is he just a 3-and-D type of guy? I mean, if that's what he is, cool. But, the Bulls signed him to a long-term extension. He's under contract until 2028-29, in which in that final year he has a player option for $18 million. He's making $18 million every single year until then, which is not a bad deal, but it's just a little like he's still young, right? He's 23 years old. Is he going to improve? And honestly, I don't think he is. This strikes me a lot similarly to like how I viewed Deni Avdija on the Wizards, where everyone was like, oh, he's this amazing defender. He's, a lockdown defender, this, that, the third. And like, he was a good defender, but it's like, it's hard to be considered a great defender when you're on a team that's getting blown out by like 30 points every night. Like those two things are not synonymous in my opinion, right? So you can be a good defender, but if Patrick Williams is really going to have a solid career as a defender and fitting into that role as like a 3-and-D guy where he's like a great 3-point shooter and a great lockdown defender, he's got to go to a different team because the Bulls are not going to cut it for him. So I think he's a solid role player in the league, but is that a disappointment for Bulls fans, right? Because you guys picked this guy with the 4th overall pick. Like a top 5 pick is different than just like a lottery pick, right? Like we're not referring to top 5 picks as lottery picks. They're top 5 picks. And to be the 4th overall pick and to have not really shown any improvement in production for 5 seasons, I would be alarmed too if I was a Bulls fan, because it's just that's tough. You don't get the opportunity a lot to have top 5 picks. So to not make the best use of them is tough, because like Patrick Williams, based on his production, this is like you could get the same kind of player in the 2nd round. You'd have to be lucky, but you could still get a guy like this, right? And you could definitely get a guy like this in the mid 1st round, late 1st round, right? So again, he's not on a bad contract. $18 million for the next 5 years, especially if he improves a lot. That's a good deal. But, I've been seeing some rumors as well that they're looking to trade him, but I don't know who's going to want to pick this guy up. He's really got to be like a niche guy and fit a certain system as a 3-and-D player. And that's really what it's got to be. Otherwise, I don't really see how he's really going to contribute otherwise, because he's a decent defender, but he's not like getting a ton of like, he's not like a demoralizing defender. You know what I mean? Like guys who are blocking a ton of shots, getting a lot of steals, things like that. Like those are like impact defenders that really make a difference in a game. And he could still make a difference without filling up the stat sheet. Like that's obvious. But I think he has to develop another niche to his game. Like if he's a guy who could be a stretch four, but also bring down 8 boards a game, that changes his whole outlook, in my opinion. But he just hasn't been a great rebounder. He's never averaged more than, like 4.5 boards per game, basically. Isn't a crazy passer. Has never averaged more than 2 assists per game. Right? He's never averaged more than a steal a game. So again, very solid player. I just don't really understand his role on this Bulls team. And if they're going to try and improve, I feel like they got to offload him. Because if they wait another couple of years, I think his value is just going to continue to go down. Right? And I like Patrick Williams. I really did like him coming into that draft class. And I thought he was going to have a lot more like defensive production. Like I thought he was going to be a really good rebounder, undersized rebounder. But I thought he was going to be really good crashing the boards, getting deflections, things like that, and it's just been a little underwhelming. So I really hope he does improve, and maybe he'll get an opportunity on a different team somewhere else, and he'll really show out and show what he can do. But until then, I think the Bulls got to figure out how to play this guy in a more effective way, because it's not working, and they're just a mediocre team, and they got to figure out how to get out of basketball purgatory, because you're just getting like a 10th or 11th pick every year. Eventually, yeah, you're probably gonna hit on a couple of them, but like you gotta just like do a full rebuild. They got to get rid of Zach LaVine, obviously, because they've been trying to trade that guy since I don't know when, since the dawn of time. But we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to talk about that today. So if you guys are Bulls fans, let me know. Let me know what you think about Patrick Williams. Do you like him? Do you not like him? What do you think his play style is? What do you think his potential is? Want to hear your thoughts. So without further ado, I'll let you guys go. Excuse me. Damn. Appreciate you tuning in today. I'll catch you with the next one. As always, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you do not like the video, give me a thumbs down. Let me know what it is. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I got a lot more videos coming your way. I'll catch you guys with the next one. Peace.